Ready?
All right, Jim, we're taping.
Good evening. I would like to thank all the members of the New Rochelle Republican City Committee for inviting me to speak tonight. I appear before you tonight to ask for your support for my candidacy for the mayor of New Rochelle. While I was up in Albany this past weekend at Governor Pataki's inauguration, I realized that Governor Pataki appeared before his executive committee in Peekskill about 10 years ago. He asked for their support to be mayor of the city of Peekskill, and he went on to win that election in a democratically controlled city, and now has gone on to become a governor in a democratically controlled state. I realize that those two races are very, very similar to the race we have upcoming this year in New Rochelle in 1995. Luckily, the New Rochelle Republican Party has been rebuilt over the past few years under the outstanding leadership of our chairman, Mario Scarano, our vice chairman, Ruth Marks, and this executive committee. Now we must all pull together, along with Kathy Conroy and Joe Facina, Sandy Scher, and our other candidates for the City Council, and take back control of the office of mayor and the City Council in this democratically controlled city. This party now needs to come together as a strong Republican team and begin the serious work that will lead us to victory on Election Day in 1995, so that we, the Republican Party, can start providing real leadership to our city and start providing solutions to all of our problems. This past election, an election that so many of us in this room worked so hard on, Judge Rudolph showed the entire city that a Republican candidate can win in a citywide election in New Rochelle. Thus, I appear before you tonight to not only ask for your support as a Republican candidate for mayor, but also that this executive committee, made a mistake, but this executive committee support, help, guidance, so that we can all elect a Republican mayor and a city council. I am running for mayor because I love this city. I grew up in New Rochelle, I've been a resident in New Rochelle for over 30 years, and I have seen with my own eyes what has happened to our city. I used to shop at Macy's, the mall, and on Main Street, and I used to go to our 5 movie theaters. I remember the New Rochelle of my childhood, and I am not willing to accept the current state of our city. We cannot let the city deteriorate any further. Thus, I have decided that the time has come for me to make my run for mayor. I want to help restore New Rochelle to its great days, and as a lifelong resident, I cannot think of anything more exciting than being elected mayor of New Rochelle and being part of a Republican-controlled city council. I want to be part of the Republican team that finally deals with the major problems facing our city, fixes those problems, and makes everyone in New Rochelle feel proud to live in the Queen City of the Sound. This city has tremendous potential. We need a mayor with a vision, who is independent, and who will provide the energy and leadership to New Rochelle into the next century. I sincerely believe, as I stand here before you tonight, that I am the candidate who can provide the leadership and vision that this city needs. Our city has suffered from a managerial crisis in leadership that has allowed New Rochelle to deteriorate as neighboring cities and towns have thrived. But I am not here to blame anyone. I'm here to present a positive message and to discuss the future of New Rochelle. I represent a new vision for New Rochelle. I do not bring any negative baggage to this campaign, but rather a fresh new Republican voice. It is time that a new generation of leadership is provided with the opportunity to address the problems facing our city. I want to help bring a new generation of Republicans into this city committee. My family moved to New Rochelle in 1964 from Brooklyn. My parents dreamed of moving their children to the suburbs so that we could enjoy all the advantages of the American dream. My parents are descendants of Irish and Italian immigrants who grew up in poverty and worked incredibly hard to give their children a better life. My parents saved every penny so that we could move to New Rochelle. I can still remember my mother bragging to our friends back in Brooklyn about the beauty of New Rochelle and her day shopping on Main Street. My, how long ago that seems today. My parents taught us that we could achieve all of our dreams as long as we put our minds to it and worked hard. I went to high school at Iona Prep in New Rochelle and graduated from Hunter College in New York City. I proudly served in the United States Marine Corps, which provided an amazing leadership training and was great learning experience. I know what it takes to be a good leader and rose to the rank of sergeant in only 3 years. I learned that to be a successful leader, you must have strength and compassion. Too many leaders in our society have too much of one and not enough of another. I will bring the values and the leadership skills that I acquired in the Marine Corps to this campaign. After the Marines, I went to law school at the State University of New York at Buffalo and became active in Republican and conservative politics. I returned to New Rochelle after law school because I thought this was a great city to raise a family. Although many of the children of New Rochelle move elsewhere after their education is complete, I came home to New Rochelle because I loved the city and wanted to raise my family here. I began working as an attorney in Manhattan and became active in Republican politics in New Rochelle and Westchester County. I am a true believer in the core principles of our party, which date back to Abraham Lincoln. The Republican Party is the party of freedom and liberty and opportunity. Our party must be the party of economic opportunity and fiscal responsibility, and must go out into the streets of New Rochelle to promote this message. We must show the voters that we are different from the Democrats and that a Republican vote is a vote for change and for a better future for every citizen in New Rochelle. Is anybody timing this?
I am.
Where are we?
You got, I say,
That's 6 minutes?
yes.
Good. The Republican Party must bring these themes of fiscal responsibility and economic development to the voters. As we all know, New Rochelle is in a revenue crisis as property tax revenues continue to decline. The heart of our city, the downtown, has been decimated. We need a new vision for the downtown and must stop trying to solve every problem with a great fix like UNICEF. We must realize that a great strength of our city is that it's only a 35-minute commute to New York. Pelham, Larchmont, Rye, and Bronxville all realize the benefits of building apartments and condominium complexes right near the station for middle-income families and young professionals so they can commute to the city. If we can lure this kind of development to New Rochelle, we were providing shoppers for the empty storefronts on Main Street. The private sector will quickly understand this, and new restaurants, clothing stores, and a host of businesses will start appearing on Main Street. We can even have movie theaters again. I would also like to see the development of arts and theater on Main Street, carving out a special niche for New Rochelle and Southern Westchester. This is my idea, but I am willing to listen to any other ideas to help address our city's problems. I will do everything in my power to revive the downtown. My administration will create a pro-business climate. I will tap every source of available government funding to revive the downtown, including grants from the federal, state, and county governments. I will reach across party lines to build partnerships with other elected officials to bring more economic opportunity to New Rochelle. Some of my other positions are that I support the strong mayor form of government, that the school board election should take place in November with all other elections, and that the city council should have to approve its budget prior to election day. As to other issues, since I have limited time, I will be happy to answer any of your questions after my presentation or at any time. Now let me address the political reality of the 1995 election for mayor. As most of you know, I've been extremely active in Westchester politics. I've managed campaigns and worked on many campaigns for various political offices, including state assembly, county executive, mayor of New York City. This past year, I worked on the campaigns of Governor Pataki and Judge Rudolph. I have a lot of political experience, and this experience will make me a solid candidate to take back the office of mayor from the Democrats. I have a reputation as a hard-working and energetic campaigner. As candidate for mayor, I will knock on every door in the city, and I will shake the hand of every citizen in New Rochelle again and again. I'm willing to leave my job, make 100% commitment to this campaign, and campaign full-time starting May 1st. I will take the Republican message of fiscal responsibility and economic opportunity to every street and every neighborhood in New Rochelle. It is time that New Rochelle had a strong, independent, and energetic leader with a vision for a greater New Rochelle. No one will campaign as hard as I will. My family, friends, and many Republican district leaders are ready to go to work to help elect me as mayor. I'd also like to take this opportunity to those New Rochelle Republicans here tonight who have already expressed support for my candidacy. You can't imagine how grateful I am. I guarantee you that my campaign for mayor will be unlike any campaign the city has ever seen. It will be a grassroots campaign that will fight for every single vote in New Rochelle. I am not a Republican who believes that Republicans should write off certain groups because they have not voted Republican in the past. My grassroots campaign will be well financed. I will spend whatever it takes to win, and I have the ability to raise money. You can expect a professionally run campaign that will include the latest innovations in direct mail, along with cable TV and radio ads. Let's face it, the Democrats have a 5,000 vote advantage over us, so we must win a big majority of the independents and also pick up Democratic votes. This is a difficult task, and we need an incredibly energetic campaigner that will bring the entire party together and that will provide a strong central organization for all Republican candidates to attract these critical crossover votes. We should have one central headquarters for all of the candidates. If I am given the Republican nomination for mayor, I believe I will win, and I will be the next mayor of the city of New Rochelle. I also want to be honest with you, my commitment to this campaign is genuine. I am willing to campaign all the way to a primary. I believe that the current mayor or any other Democrat is beatable, but we must nominate a candidate who is willing to work extremely hard and present a vision to the voters of New Rochelle of managerial competence, strong leadership, and independence. This is a great opportunity for our party. Together, we must pull together to win the election for mayor and take control of the city council. I will be a candidate and a mayor that will make the Republican Party and indeed all the citizens of New Rochelle very proud. I urge you all to support my candidacy for the mayor of New Rochelle. Thank you.